Ever feel like everyone else got the cheat sheet for making friends but you?
Hmm. You mean like some secret club with all the answers?
Exactly. But today, we're cracking the code. We're diving into a podcast script that claims to have all those answers.
Oh, this is going to be good. Lay it on me.
Okay, so get this. The script starts with be approachable.
Okay, that's like super obvious though, right?
Right, but they actually break it down. They even talk about open body language, smiling, eye contact, the whole shebang. I mean, do people really overthink this stuff?
You would be surprised. It's incredible how much those first few seconds matter.
Really?
Our brains are wired to scan for those safe-to-approach signals. We're talking about those subtle cues, a smile, a head tilt, even uncrossed arms can make a world of difference.
It's like a silent invitation to come say hi.
Exactly. And it goes deeper than just being nice.
Yeah.
There's actual science behind this. Studies show that we associate open postures with trustworthiness and friendliness.
So it's like a subconscious come talk to me signal. I never thought of it that way.
It's true. The script emphasizes these things because they're the foundation for connection. You can't build a rapport with someone if you look closed off.
That makes total sense. Speaking of building a connection, what about that awkward stage after the initial approach? That's where I tend to freeze up.
Ah, yes, the dreaded small talk territory.
The conversational equivalent of trying to parallel park.
And you know what? Our script friend here has thoughts on that too.
Get out. Tell me everything.
So it dives into this whole art of small talk, which, let's be real, everyone claims to hate. But it's how we get the conversation engine going.
It's true. It's like the on-ramp to a deeper conversation. You can't just merge onto the highway without it.
Exactly. And the script suggests starting with open-ended questions that relate to what's around you.
Like what?
Simple things. Have you tried the coffee here? Or what brings you to this event? Stuff like that.
So it's less about the actual coffee and more about finding common ground, even if it's something small.
Precisely. It's about showing that you're curious and engaged. Plus, you never know where that one little question might lead. Maybe you both have a hidden passion for cold brew, or you were dragged there by the same person, and boom, you're off to the races.
I love that. Okay, so we've got be approachable and master small talk. What's next on our friend-making syllabus?
Well, this is where it gets really good. The script dives into the importance of shared interests. Which makes sense, right? Find your people.
Yeah, but is it really as simple as just joining a book club and hoping for the best?
It's a good start, but the script digs a little deeper. It taps into this fundamental human need for belonging and identity. Did you know there's fascinating research on this?
Hit me with it.
Okay, so social identity theory suggests that we are naturally drawn to people who share our values, beliefs, and yes, our hobbies.
Makes sense. We want to spend time with people who get us.
Exactly. Think about it. Finding your tribe, your people, the ones who get excited about the same obscure documentaries as you, or who bond over a shared love of 80s synth pop, that's where those real connections happen.
It's like you automatically have something to talk about, something that excites you both. Suddenly that awkward, so what do? Conversation seems a lot less daunting.
Totally. It's like you've got this instant connection, this shared world you can explore together, so much better than awkward silences and forced small talk, right?
Way better. And that shared excitement, it creates this foundation for something deeper. Which brings us to the next nugget of wisdom from our script. Be authentic.
Okay, that one sounds like it's straight out of a self-help book. Be yourself, blah, blah, blah.
Right, but I think there's more to it than that, don't you think? There's got to be a reason this keeps coming up.
Oh, absolutely. It's all about trust.
Yeah.
When we sense someone is being fake or trying too hard to impress, it throws up these walls. But when someone is genuinely themselves, flaws and all, that's when we really connect.
It's like that saying, people might not remember what you said, but they'll remember how you made them feel.
Exactly. It's about creating a space where people feel safe to be themselves too.
This reminds me of this one time I was at a dinner party, and I was so nervous because I had tried this new vegetarian lasagna recipe.
Okay, I'm already hungry.
It was my first attempt, right? And everyone was raving about it, and I was dying to confess that I was basically a kitchen novice.
Did you tell them?
I finally caved. And guess what? Another guest was like, oh my gosh, me too. I once almost burned down my kitchen trying to make toast. We ended up laughing about our culinary mishaps all night.
See? Vulnerability. It's the secret ingredient.
Totally. It broke the ice and we were able to connect on a whole other level.
It's like, forget trying to fit in. It's about finding those people who appreciate you for who you really are. Warts and all.
Love it. Okay, so the script has armed us with all these tools. Be approachable, master small talk, find your tribe, be authentic. But how do we actually take those initial interactions and turn them into, actual friendships?
Ah, the million-dollar question. It's about taking that leap from, hi, nice to meet you, to let's hang out sometime.
Easier said than done, right? I mean, when do you make that move? How do you avoid coming on too strong?
Well, the script emphasizes being proactive, like
Yeah.
actually suggests grabbing coffee or going to that event together.
So you're not just waiting for the other person to make the first move, you're putting yourself out there.
Exactly. Think of it as expressing genuine interest. It's not about forcing anything, but rather extending an invitation and seeing if they meet you halfway.
And I guess that's where the whole patience thing comes in, right? Because even if you click with someone, building a friendship takes time.
Oh, 100%. And the script actually addresses that. It stresses the importance of patience and persistence. Friendships, like any relationship, take time to develop.
It's like you can't force it to happen overnight.
Exactly. You can't rush getting to know someone, building trust, sharing experiences. That's what creates those solid bonds.
So true. It's like you can't just plant a seed and expect a flower to bloom the next day. You have to give it time, nurture it.
Perfect analogy.
Yeah.
And speaking of nurturing connections, there's one more golden nugget from this script. And it might seem obvious, but it's so crucial. Be a good listener.
Oh, here we go with the active listening lecture. But yeah, I get it. It's important.
It's not just about, nodding and pretending to pay attention while you wait for your turn to talk. This script goes deeper, highlighting that it's about really engaging with what the other person is saying.
So it's about truly listening to understand, not just to respond.
Exactly. It's about making the other person feel heard and seen, which honestly is a pretty great feeling, right?
It's a gift to know someone is really listening to you, not just waiting for their turn to talk.
Right. And the script gets into the specifics here too, which I appreciate.
Like what? Give me the inside scoop.
Well, it talks about asking those clarifying questions, reflecting back what you've heard, like, it sounds like you're feeling, making eye contact.
So it's like you're really showing them you're present in that moment, not just letting their words fly by.
Exactly. And that level of presence and attention, it creates this foundation of trust and understanding.
It's like you're saying, hey, you can be yourself with me, messy bits and all.
And that feeling of being accepted for who you truly are, that's what allows a friendship to really take root and grow. So yeah, this whole be a good listener thing, the script is onto something there.
It's like a subtle but powerful reminder,
Totally. We could all use a little more of that in our lives.
Agreed. So we've covered a lot of ground here today, from body language to small talk to finding those people who truly get you. It's like we've been handed a roadmap for connection.
It is pretty amazing when you think about it. All these simple but powerful things we can do to create deeper connections.
And the thing is, none of this is rocket science, right? It's stuff we kind of already know.
Exactly. It's like the script is holding up a mirror to how we interact, how we connect as humans. It's about bringing more curiosity, more genuineness, more presence into our interactions. And those are qualities that serve us well in all areas of life, not just making friends.
Absolutely. It's about building meaningful relationships, whether it's with a friend, a colleague, a romantic partner, even the barista at your favorite coffee shop.
Okay, now you're making me crave a latte.
Always a good idea. But seriously, before we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one takeaway you want our listeners to carry with them?
Honestly, I think the biggest takeaway is that building meaningful connections, it's not some impossible feat. It's within everyone's reach. It's not about following some rigid formula. It's about showing up authentically, being open, putting in the effort.
And remembering that everyone deep down craves that connection, right?
Absolutely. Sometimes the smallest actions can spark the greatest connections.
Love that. So as you go about your week, think about the advice we've unpacked today. What's one small step you can take? Maybe it's striking up a conversation with someone new, sending that follow-up text, really listening the next time someone's talking to you.
It all starts with that one step.
Exactly. Well, on that note, thanks for joining us for another deep dive. Until next time, happy connecting.